Hey everyone from KPMG, welcome to this yoga video that is part of Advisory University. So I'm Joe, I'm going to be leading you on your yoga practice today. Let's start standing up. We'll come up to the front of your mat, check it out, get all the stuff that you need to get out today. You're going to take a whole 30-minute yoga for yourself. And what we're going to do today is focus a bit on alignment. And when we help align our body in yoga practice, when we go deeper into poses, alignment should come first. So we'll start with our feet about hip width together. We're going to warm our body up in a couple of Sun Salutations. So let's start lifting your arms up over your head. Inhaling. Forward folding, bringing your arms down to the floor. Exhaling. Lifting halfway up, inhaling right here. Taking a forward fold down, exhaling, and coming up. Nice big inhale at the top again. And we'll bring your arms to your sides. So keep those feet about hip width apart. We'll do that again, inhaling. Bringing your arms up, reaching back. Exhaling. Forward folding down. Inhaling, half lift position. Exhaling, forward fold position. Then inhaling, coming on up and reaching back. Exhaling. Do that with your arms again. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, forward folding. Inhaling, halfway coming up. Now we're going to take our first step back with our left foot and bring your knee down to the floor. Tap down your toes. Look straight forward. Inhale, bring the arms up over your head. Exhale, put your hands down the floor. Step your right leg back. We're going to do a downward facing dog. Now breathe in. Step that right foot back forward. Breathe out, step your left foot back forward, come back to a forward fold. Inhaling, reaching up, and we'll bring those hands together to your heart. So we're just moving around, bringing the arms up and back again, just to get our bodies loose and warmed up before we really focus on alignment stuff. Bring your right leg lifted up. Step it back now, tap down your knee. Bringing the arms up, reaching back. Lower your hands, step back in a downward facing dog. So we'll go over each of these poses a little bit slower after a few rounds. So now we're going to bring that left leg up. Then we're going to bring that right leg up and forward fold. Inhale, rise up, reach the arms. Exhale, bring the hands together to your heart. Remember, shake it out, get loose. Let's keep going. We're going to do a few more rounds of those half Sun Salutations. Inhale, reaching up and back. Exhaling, bowing forward. Inhaling, doing a half lift. Right foot back, knee down, arms up, reach back. Downward dog. Right foot forward. Left foot forward. Come up, rise. Hands together to the heart. Keep going. Arms up. Inhale. Bowing forward. Exhale. Right foot back. Tap down your knee. Inhale. Arms up and back. Downward facing dog. Practice getting that left leg up first. And then the right leg. Rising up. Hands together to the heart. So if we can do that 3 more times. Inhale. Arms up and back. Exhale. Right leg back. Tap your knee. Inhale. Arms up. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Step back. We're going to lunge the right foot forward. Left foot forward. Breathe in. Arms up. I know. Keep moving. We're just loosening up. Again. Inhale. Arms up and back. Exhale, bow forward, left foot back. Tap your knee. Reach the arms up and back. Downward facing dog. Right foot forward. Left foot forward. Rise up. We're going to do our last round. Exhale. Arms to your sides, and inhale. Reach the arms up. Exhale, bow forward. Right foot back. Tap down your knee, reach up and back. Downward facing dog. Step back. Left foot forward first, breathe in. Right foot forward second, breathe out. Rise up, reach back. Exhale, relax your arms to your side. Take a little bit of time just to breathe. So important that we learn how to breathe through our diaphragm in yoga. So imagine taking really big breaths down from your belly, filling up on that inhale, and bringing it all the way up into your chest. So now we're going to reach those arms up over the head. And when we stretch the arms up, we're lifting those shoulders up towards the ears as well, trying to straighten out the elbows as best that you can, and also squeezing those legs hip width distance together or a little bit closer, and pulling yourself, stretching yourself out of the waist. So this is our alignment when we are reaching up, right? Everything is squared from your feet down to your hips, up through your shoulders and arms. And at the end, I'm looking up as much as I can, tilting the neck back, squeezing those arms together, squeezing those palms together so that maybe they can be touching. Upward salute pose. I want you to hold it here just for one more moment. Take that nice full breath in at the top, and then forward fold down. You can open the arms and do a nice little swan dive down here. When we get to our forward fold, a lot of this is going to be exhaling and letting go of any tension and shaking that head around. Grabbing the elbows is another great cue to just relax the shoulders, the neck, and the head. I want to just loosen up for the first few rounds of the forward fold. And get loose. Keep your knees bent if that feels better for you. Try to lift your hips up. Exhale, drop the arms down. Lift halfway up. Work on lengthening out your legs and your back here as much as you can. Keep your gaze forward. And come down to the floor and fold. Exhale, drop the arms. Make sure you're at the front of your mat. We're going to leave that right foot up between the hands. Nice big step in your back and your left foot. Tap down your knee. Tap down your back toes. Now try to lift yourself on up here again. Like we've done before in those low lunges positions during our Sun Salutations. Keep your knee to the ground. Shift your pelvis down to the ground. If you need to modify, you're just bringing that back leg in a bit. And alignment in this position with that right foot forward, we're transitioning that right hip back just a little bit so we can shift that left hip forward. So it's so important in our hip stretches that we are mindful of our hips, aware of our hips. And if we are rotating that right hip back, we're squaring the hips off so that we're able to stay in the pose. Breathe into the pose, most important too. And finding our alignment, finding our equilibrium so we don't wobble, so we don't fall out of this pose in some way. You can stretch those arms up again. Low crescent lunge. So I like toes tucked under or tucked down, whatever feels more comfortable for you. And place the hands down to the ground. Step back, downward facing dog. We're going to lift that back knee. Step your right foot back. So when we come in a down dog, our fingers are spread wide. Our toes, if you can, try to spread them wide as well. Work on getting any feeling of rounding out of the back by lifting the hips up and getting long in that back and spinal column. And equally work on pushing down into your hands and pushing back and down into your feet. Try pushing into your heels. Really stretching long in that down dog. Then we're going to lunge the right foot forward. So just place that foot softly. Place your left foot up to meet. Forward, fold again. If you grabbed your elbows before, try to grab your head or the back of your neck this time. And let's see how that feels. Loosening up any knots, any tension anywhere in the neck. Drop the arms and hands, fold forward. Let's try to straighten your legs. Stand straight up, lift your arms. With those hands together, slowly, gently reach back. We're going to come up again, release those arms to your sides, exhale. Try to flip those palms halfway. So every pose, we're keeping those hips squared using your legs. Let's bring those arms up again. Inhale. Upward salute. Reach to the top. Stretch up. Try to get nice and long here. Exhale, forward fold down. So we're keeping the knees a little bent, if that feels better for you. Wrapping those arms around the back of your legs. Lifting the hips up and pulling your chest and your head down. Flat back position. Look a couple of feet out in front of you. Forward fold position. Exhale. So now again, make sure you're at the front of your mat. Lift up your right leg. Step it back. Try to take a nice big step. Tap your knee. Tap down your back toes. Come on up. Come up a little bit higher if you need to modify. Remember, we're trying to bring our hips down low, so that might mean shifting your knee more forward over your toes. But do this gradually. Don't worry about how low that you're getting into this pose now. Work on the alignment. And that's what I'm saying to you guys. Work on alignment first, and then we can go deeper into poses. So right hip is going to move forward this time. Your left side is going to move just a little bit back. So we're working into low crescent lunge pose. And once you feel squared up, once you feel ready, we'll try to lift those arms up, straight up over the head, and do a low crescent lunge pose. Exhale, drop your arms and hands down first. Step back into downward dog. So lift that back leg, step front leg back. Immediately try to lift those hips high, stretch. Pull yourself up. Imagine you have some rope here wrapped around your waist and you're lifting it up. And you really feel your equalness in your hands and feet pushing down. And stretch. And we'll breathe for 3, 2, 1. And nice and slow, we'll bring it down to the mat. Tap your knees into child's pose. Try to keep your toes as close together. Your knee is as wide out. And sink your body down. Lower down your forehead, your arms. Relax. And child's pose itself can be a really nice grounding pose. Our alignment here is just trying to keep toes as closely in together, knees out, stretch your hips back, and push your armpits, push your heart down. Good, nice deep breath. We're going to move your shoulders up over your hand, tabletop position. Step your feet back. Let's come into a high plank. In that high plank, keep your body straight like a board. Use your abdominals. Now first one, we'll tap down the knees first. Bend your elbows into the sides of your body. Lower down your chest and your chin. And relax. So when we work in a baby cobra for this pose here, try pushing your lower back down. And by doing that, we're going to lift your upper back off the mat. Let's see if we can do that here and hold it for 10 seconds. Push down that lower back. Come on up. And also here, keep those elbows in so that relaxes our shoulders back. 9, 8, 7, 6. Try dropping your shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly take down. Press up onto hands and knees. And exhale back to child's pose. Stretch out those arms. Take a few breaths, take your time. Back to downward facing dog. And we're going to walk the feet forward this time. So we're back into that forward fold stretch. Come up into a flat back. Come down to a forward fold. Sweep the arms up. Inhale. We're going to stand up again. Reach back. And exhale. Relax the arms to your sides. Shake it out. One more round. We're going to flow. Lifting these arms up and back. Swan diving the arms down. Forward fold. Lifting your left foot up, lunging it back. Tap down your left knee again. Come back up where you were before. Remember, the left hip is moving forward, right hip is moving slightly back. Express your low lunge. This is going to be the last time that we're in it. So see if you can really sit down low and stretch up. Release the hands down. Remember, our alignment here is keeping that right side back. Slide your right hip back and your left hip back. And we're going to target that right hamstring in this stretch right here. So I'd like to, if that feels all right, roll those toes back a little bit. And you'll feel a little extra of that stretch. So we don't need a lot of depth in this pose. We need alignment. So we're going to keep those hips squared so you can stay in the pose and not fall out. And we're going to lengthen a bit of that leg and your chest here so that we are finding length, and then we're able to go deeper and deeper into this pose. So feel out your stretch in that right hamstring as much as you can. Work it out. Breathing is so important, you guys. Just breathe here for 3, 2, 1. Step back into down dog. Lift up that knee. Shift forward into plank pose. Breathe in. Do a push-up. Try to keep those elbows in. Let's try to lower down from 10, 9, 8. Elbows in. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold. 1, slowly lower down. Cobra pose. Again, coming up for 10. Push into that lower back. 9, 8. Tilt your head back. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Come down to the floor. Exhale. Plank pose. Back to down dog. Exhale. We're going to lift back hips. Back up. Breathe. Doing great. We got one more side basically to do here. So we're pushing into those hands and feet, finding our alignment, our equilibrium in down dog. Both sides really working here. And then walking or stepping your feet forward. Inhale up into flat back. Exhale down to a forward fold. Sweeping the arms up, breathing in. Do a little back bend. Exhale, release the arms to your side. Last one. Inhale, upward salute. Lift your arms. Exhale, downward fold. It's So now I just step that right foot back. Last, tap the knee. Your hip alignment here, right hip forward, left side back. So we're trying to stay in the pose, stay in that low lunge. Sweep the arms up. So two opposite things I'm doing here is sitting down low, trying to stretch the hips and pelvis in that whole area, lower back. And I'm also using my arms and stretching up. Release the hands down, exhale. That left hip is going to start to slide back. My right hip is moving back with it, of course, too, but I'm really targeting that left leg. So I could go deeper into this pose right here, but I want to get into that alignment. I want to be able to stay in the pose, so I'm balancing. I'm going to take a deep breath. I want you to as well. And lengthen that leg and lengthen your chest and fold forward. Relax and take it easy here. Breathe. You can hold this pose a little bit longer. You can do this at your own time once you're finished with this video and work a little extra on hamstrings. If you feel like you have tight hips or lower back, hamstrings are usually a really great place to stretch. Alright, so we're going to bring it back into down dog. Lift that back leg, step back. We're going to do our last yoga flow. Keep those elbows in again. Slowly lower. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cobra pose. Lower back down, chest up. Maybe at the end, tilt your head back. And up, back to downward facing dog. Breathe in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And tap your knees, you guys. Let's turn around into a seated position. Nice work today. Appreciate all your movement. Let's finish up. We have a little bit more to do. Now we're on our floor series. So when we're sitting, just sit up on those hip bones. Cross your legs, any comfortable seat. Find a nice alignment where you are stacking your shoulders over your hips, and that feels kind of aligned and nice. And then your head is between your shoulders, so you're just lifting that head up and just taking a moment just to breathe here. Feeling that nice alignment from your yoga practice that feels good in your hips, in your back, your spine. Now with those legs crossed, let's uncross them. Shake it out. And we're going to take the bottoms of your feet together. We'll slow down our practice a little bit now, keeping those feet together, squeezing them in. Let's see if we can come up a little bit, lengthen your heart. And we're going to do our first seated forward fold. Good cue here to learn is pushing the hips back and extending your chest forward. So it's best to find your alignment first. And pushing those hips back and squeezing your hips back and offering your chest to come down is a good alignment, a good cue to work on to gently fold forward into the pose. So try not to force. Keep your feet together. Take it easy here. We'll bring your head back up. We'll do a slight back bend, but we'll run through a couple of more forward folds. So now on this next one, we'll bring that right leg out, your left foot in, and we're taking your back shoulder forward so that it's in a nice alignment with this stretched out leg, and we're going to fold forward over this leg. So doing a couple of additional hamstring stretches is always great to do. This one here is a little bit different. You can work on stretching out towards your foot, stretching out your leg, or Lifting that knee up, squeezing your chin down and your forehead on your knee and stretching. So maintaining that left side in the stretch, squeezing that left shoulder and that left side of your body in as you fold forward. Good. We'll come up and lift your head. We're going to change out to that next side. So your left leg is straight. We're moving that right side in with us in the stretch. You could grab your feet if you can't reach. All good. Now try not to use your shoulders here too much. Bring those shoulders down. Straighten out your leg. Squeeze your forehead down. Good. Relax. Come back up. Stretch out your feet and legs. Shake it out. Just shake it out. Keep your hips back. Slide them back a few times. Hips are in a nice alignment. Legs are straight out in front of you. Arms, we're going to reach up here in that upward salute position. We're going to try to squeeze your stomach right up against your thighs. Notice here I'm reaching forward. I'll turn this way so that you can see that when we're going or trying to go deeper into this pose, that we're extending our body, reaching into it. You're stretching out hamstrings here, so breathe a little bit deeper because we're stretching out so much. Hamstrings and hips and low back. Breathe a little extra into those areas. Don't rush. And when you're ready, we'll come back up. Well, we can do a little bit of a back bend here. But let's either cross the legs or bring your right leg on top of your left leg. Bend your right knee. We're going to do a spinal twist to your right side. Bring your left arm up. Try to get it on the outside of your right knee and spinal twist to your right side first. So in twists, we're always trying to line the spine and lift up and find length before we twist. So inhale, lift up, lengthen, and then twist. Alright, we'll turn back to your center. We're going to do a counter stretch on that left side, and then we'll switch out the legs. So you can bring that left knee on top, cross your left leg over. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. Try to get your arm outside of your knee and twist. Align your back, lift up, and do a spinal twist to your left. And that feels so good, rinsing out things that you don't need, or at least it feels that way. You're rinsing out your spine, feels detoxifying. And then we're going to counter that twist to your right. Good, left leg out, shake out your legs. Slide your hips forward. We're going to rest for a bit on the back, and you can hug your knees into your chest. So we worked a lot on alignment and back today, so we're just going to massage that back, especially that lower back area, and hug around your knees. We did a couple of standing poses today too, so we're finally on the back, which is awesome. We're going to lift those feet and legs up and invert them to the sky. And make sure that you have a couple of extra minutes here. If you would like and you need a little longer, you can pause the video. We can bring our feet to the floor Push your hips, lift them up into our last bridge, and take our relaxation. So rest your body, rest your legs, rest your arms. And take a little longer relaxation if you need right here. So what's awesome about the virtual videos is you can pause and come back and go at your own pace for this relaxation. So rest your arms, rest your legs here. It was so wonderful having you all from KPMG here today. Thank you for joining this practice for Advisor University. And have a great rest of your day.